Yeah, it's Blender with another banger. In this video, we're talking about Glockboy Bobo. Contrell Brown, or better known in the streets as Glockboy Bobo, dominates the back of the yards area in the south side of Chicago. Bobo commands a group of notorious shooters from the Loc City Blood gang in Chicago that controls the territory from 51st, 54th, and 57.
I'm blood gang. Yo, block love folks, we'll get into it. I'm blood gang. Yo, block love folks, we'll get into it.
Bobo has been gangbanging since he was 13 years old, and he says that he shot 3 people on his first drill. This tells us that Bobo went on his first drill in 2010 because he was 13 years old and he was born on December 27, 1997. Bobo decided to take a different route than many of the Chicago savages who decide to trap. He says that he decided to rob because he didn't know how to cut dope.
They gave me 30 months in the feds like I want innocent, I want dope. Gotta watch my niggas, some of them cut dope. One up top I slide, I used to rock, so I couldn't cut dope. They gave me 30 months in the feds like I want innocent, I want dope. Gotta watch my niggas, some of them cut dope. One up top I slide, I used to rock, so I couldn't cut dope.
So can you tell us what side of Chicago you're from?
Southside, 54th and Horn, across Damenville.
Okay. That's the back of the yard?
You know that, back of the yard.
Word. Tell us what it was like for you growing up over there.
Shit. We was bad as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
Bobo would also give DJU details of the time he was arrested at 11 years old.
Hey, so when I was watching your interview with 16 Shot 'em from last year, you caught your first case at like age 11?
Yup.
What kind of case was that?
Kicking doors.
Really?
Yup.
So you had to go to juvenile?
Yeah, juvenile.
What they give you?
30 days, right back out, house arrest.
Right back doing the same shit?
You know that?
This behavior would continue during the childhood of Bobo, and he would grow up with many of his friends from Damenville. Aside from getting money in the streets by hitting licks, Bobo was well loved in the community and seen as a young man with a sense of humor. The life of Bobo would take a dramatic turn when he would suffer the loss of one of his great friends, G-Pap. Bobo would say on Facebook, "That ish with Pappy hurt my soul. I don't think nobody understands." Stanley Watson, or better known in the streets as G-Pap, was a notorious shooter for Damenville, and he was also one of the gentlemen who was shooting with Glockboy Bobo in his first drills. On April 21st, 2018, when it was almost midnight, Jilla from 5th Ward would try to find G-Pap at a party. When Jilla would see his op G-Pap at the party, he would begin to unleash rounds, hitting him and another 17-year-old. The 17-year-old was taken to the hospital where his condition would stabilize, but G-Pap, or Stanley Watson, would lose his life after suffering fatal gunshot wounds in the chest. This was a devastating loss for Damenville, and they would go retaliate 6 months later when they would finally catch up with Jilla and finish him off with a headshot. Jilla was sitting in his vehicle with another gentleman when Damenville would allegedly hop out on feet and then light them up. Just like the drill that took out G-Pap, the intended target was taken out while his companion would survive.
Dude got hit like 90 times in the face, then he twitch. We do walk-ups, ain't no drive-bys, that's how you miss. Dude got hit like 90 times in the face, then he twitch. We do walk up, say no drive bad, that's how you miss. Love the trenches, gotta stay on point though. I told 40s, not no 9. Head shot him, knock a chunk about his brain. Now he died. He who love the trenches, gotta stay on point though. I told 40s, not no 9. Head shot him, knock a chunk about his brain. Now he died.
Jilla was one of the most savage shooters in the 5th Ward gang. 5th Ward and Damenville have been exchanging shots for several years, with bodies dropping on both sides.
They say they heard I was up here, so they had to open the store back up for the kids, though. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out here without the store being open. I need somewhere to duck and hide for cover. Pipe it up. I slid, so they pop the stove back open for the kids.
Sugar Ray was taken out by Lil Zoe, who was an affiliate of Bobo and the Damenville shooters. A female passenger would also lose her life. Her name was Chiquita Ford. Lil Zoe is currently serving his sentence after being convicted of the double murder.
Catch a nigga on the tray like Jella, knock off his head. Seen everything the little nigga was thinking, knew he was dead. Called Sugar Ray at the stone lie, thought he was dead, but he got up. What? Catch a nigga on the tray like Jella, knock off his head. Seen everything the little nigga was thinking, knew he was dead. Called Sugar Ray at the stone lie, thought he was dead, but he got up. Walk. Call him loaf, try to hide behind that hoe, that bitch ain't bulletproof. This bitch got a switchy on the back, this bitch gon' keep shooting. Like this, call him loaf, try to hide behind that hoe, that bitch ain't bulletproof. This bitch got a switchy on the back, this bitch gon' keep shooting. Stephon got caught in the car like AJ. They was like Craig and Day-Day. See murder, died off water. Titus, that trying to place the order. Xavier crashed the coupe. That chopper hit him. He ain't know what to do. Then man got his ass smoked in the morning. Jill got left on the fire. Me and Murdoch still gon' slide. Long let's say we still that fat. Stephon got caught in the car like AJ. They was like Craig and Day-Day.
Woman is remembering the grandson that she lost in a shooting last night. Stephon Sims was gunned down in the parking lot of the Walmart store where he worked in Bedford Park. Tonight, police are looking for the shooter. Eyewitness News reporter John Garcia talked to Sims' family tonight.
Chapman came in the room with the doctor and they said they tried to revive him and they couldn't do it.
A day later, his grandmother is still in a state of shock. 22-year-old Stephon Sims had avoided the gangs that kept trying to recruit him his whole life. But that life ended suddenly last night in the parking lot of this Bedford Park Walmart where he worked. His family believes it was gang members who killed him, the same young men who had been sending him death threats on the phone.
They kept calling his phone and making these death threats to him.
Sims was in college, hoping to go into law enforcement. He'd already seen a great deal of violence in his life. His mother was killed when he was just 2 years old, and his 5-year-old brother and stepmother were shot to death in 2013. The men who approached Sims at his car in the parking lot last night fired at least 6 shots.
Stephon got caught in the car like AJ. They was like Craig and Day-Day.
When I first started rapping, but I don't do that shit. I'm like, you have to know what you know to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
If I say some shit.
So you say you don't do diss songs though?
Nah, I don't diss people in my music.
Is there a reason why you don't?
Ain't no reason, I just...
We kill killers too, but I ain't gon' say too much cause they be telling. I don't even think no rap in the rack gon' come like me. Ain't bust no malice, can't hang with no win.
Before we continue discussing the drills that have happened between Damenville and their ops, we're going to be introducing some of the shooters from 147. As the leader, we have Contrell Brown, or better known in the streets as Glockboy Bobo, who's a notorious shooter and he's known for getting get back. Bobo is also one of the hottest stars coming out of Chicago right now. If you take a look at his numbers, he's pulling in major numbers despite not being signed to a major label. Bobo is also different from many of the Chicago rappers, as he doesn't diss his dead ops by name anymore in his songs. Bobo also did Fed time for a gun case, but I was not able to find details of this case. All I was able to find was him rapping about it and him mentioning it in an interview that he said he went to a gun range and then his girl would upload footage online, and that's how he caught the case. I was not able to find the paperwork. Glockboy KO is the brother of Bobo, and he's also a rapper, but he's also known for getting busy. Other members that make music are Pop Killa, we have G Stank, we also have Nardo Drills. Some of the steppers from 147 are Risky Ray, whose favorite weapon is a Draco. We have Switch Glock, Shantae, who loves to shoot a Glock with a switch. We have Shiesty, who's another respected marksman. Other notable shooters are Sitchy Gang Donob and D Rose. Despite being some of the youngest members, they already have a body under their belt. We also have Sitchy, or Glockboy Shotas, who's one of the most respected shot callers. He has the young division of 147 under his command. They're known as Sitchy Gang, or Baby Glocks. He sends them on hits, and they also go by the direction of Glockboy Bobo. We also have Cheese, who's known for getting money in the streets and also for being muscle for the Winchester Boyz. We also have Clay Day and Boo Jean, who are great friends of Bobo. Although they stay low-key on their social media posts, Bobo mentions them frequently in his music. We also have Wooski on the mix, who's the manager and engineer for Glockboy Bobo. These are some of the most serious members from 147, but there is nobody that comes close to the legendary, outstanding member, Murdoch. Before we talk about the story of Murdoch, we're going to cover a couple of drills that happened between Damenville and their enemies. Steven Toplin, or better known in the streets as Lil Steve, was approached by one of his enemies and they let off gunshots, and he would lose his life on the 2nd day of September in 2016. Lil Steve was one of the best friends of Bobo, and he honors him till this day, and he would vow to get vengeance. Devonnie Walker, or C-Dog, was taken out on June 10th of 2018 when he was shot at, and he attempted to drive himself to the hospital, but he would crash and then lose his life shortly after. Later that day, Lil Greg, or known as Gregory Jody, was sitting on his porch when a shooter would approach him and let off rounds, hitting him in the chest and back. He would lose his life.
I know how to sit outside of Nick crib when I want him, it ain't no rush. You'll never catch none of us. I know how to sit outside of Nick crib when I want him, it ain't no rush. You'll never catch none of us. I know how to sit outside of Nick crib when I want him, it ain't no rush. You'll never catch none of us.
Bobo and Damenville would go on a rampage after Lil Steve and G-Pap were taken out by the ops. They would eliminate almost the entire neighborhood that would belong to 5th Ward Life. 5th Ward Life members would decide to click up with other Vice Lord members in Chicago in order to survive after losing most of their top shooters.
She don't fuck with Nook, she bumping Bobo in her headphones.
The enemies of 147 would decide to strike years later when they would take out the top shooter from 147, Leon Teague, also known as Murdoch. Murdoch was a highly respected shooter in Chirac. He had 10 bodies under his belt before he was taken out, according to Bobo.
Before y'all mention Doc, make sure y'all say he ran spot nude. He was up 10 B's by himself before he died, so don't be fooled. Before y'all mention Doc, make sure y'all say he ran spot nude. He was up 10 B's by himself before he died, so don't be fooled.
Murdoch went viral in his younger years when he would commit a heinous act towards a cat when he would pour boiling water on it. I cannot show the video here, but I will inform that he was sentenced to 3 years for this brutal attack. When he got out, he would resort to going back to the streets, and he would become one of the most notorious steppers to ever emerge from Chicago, as they say he has 10 bodies under his belt, and him and Glockboy Bobo would go on drills together. On July 11 of 2022, Murdoch was walking his dog when one of his ops would spot him, and then he would unleash fury, ending him on the sidewalk. The slaying of Murdoch would be the most painful one yet for Glockboy Bobo, and he would vow to retaliate, and he would go do a drill just 7 days later. Although Bobo was known for getting out of vehicles and chasing down his enemies, for this next drill, they would exchange gunfire when they would spot their enemies in traffic, and the two vehicles would exchange rounds.
Lost my dog, I went up for the same week, asked dude. Lost my dog, I went up for the same week, asked dude. Lost my dog, I went up for the same week, asked dude. Lost my rap, put shit on the T. They know how we came for Pap and Steve, it's first degree. Trail his ass, once he pull over, surround a V. I done been involved in a lot of shit, but you don't know cause I ain't gon' speak. I really handle shit. Lost my rap, put shit on the T. They know how we came for Pap and Steve, it's first degree. Trail his ass, once he pull over, surround a V. I done been involved in a lot of shit, but you don't know cause I ain't gon' speak. I really handle shit. Got this Draco in my hand, I feel like Doc with this one. They took my Brody, I couldn't stop from spinning. Ain't nobody off limits except them kids, you tweak, I pop the women. They took the hair, purge our craft, fuck that whole block we bending. They pop up like we cool and smoke his ass, don't ask who sent us. We gon' paint the city red for my shorty, they got us fucked up. Slide and kill whoever don't get no fuck, bitch, that shit touched us. I like switch, we gon' stand on business, took my rap, the nigga I kill with. How many niggas got hit that night and 2 niggas dropped they pole? I'ma come so hard and risk this rap shit for my bros. They got stick. How many niggas got hit that night and 2 niggas dropped they pole? How many niggas got hit that night and 2 niggas dropped they pole?
Glockboy Bobo mentions that he went out spinning the same week that they took out Murdoch. I was able to find this drill that happened in the same week that matches the lyrics of his song Do It For Doc, where he asks how many people got hit, and also he mentions that 2 gentlemen dropped their weapons. I was able to find this article from the night of July 17th when 2 gentlemen were taken out when a vehicle would approach their vehicle and let off shots. They would try to return fire, but to no avail. They would even drop their weapons on the scene. Alexander Johnson would end up getting hit in the head, and Charles would end up getting several rounds in the upper back. They would both lose their life.
I don't wanna talk no more, niggas spin about it, getting the field, go shot for shot. Me and my Brody dad had to go lay 2 more belt shit, I was hot. How you gon' slide and balance this rap shit, blow some point, you gotta stop. I'm getting too big in the city, niggas wanna knock me off, they want a spot. They think I don't wanna talk no more, niggas spin about it, getting the field, go shot for shot. Me and my Brody dad had to go lay 2 more belt shit, I was hot. Got tweeted, calling me Hollywood from this rap shit, now abroad and kill some people. Show my I'm tweeted, calling me Hollywood from this rap shit, now abroad and kill some people. Show my I'm tweeted, calling me Hollywood from this rap shit, now abroad and kill some people. Show 'em all. 54th and Horn, don't love no bitches, let my brothers in. I lost my best friend on that same block, this shit won't never end. I pray to God every time I kill, cause we not supposed to sin. Cook County 54th and Horn, don't love no bitches, let my brothers in. I lost my best friend on that same block, this shit won't never end. I pray to God every time I kill, cause we not supposed to sin. Cook County.
We ain't got no opps. We slide on everybody.
Dang, we can have fun. Spend the whole city till we get
Hey, right
busy,
now
man.
we in tour with the whole city. He say, I'm in tour with the whole city down there. I just shoot cause I don't even know. You hear me? On my life. I feel like the whole city against me. It's money involved, had to cut my hoes off. I can't trust them bitches. I'm in tour with niggas, don't know I'm in tour with, man. This shit so tricky. I done did some shit in my past, spanked some shit, I know it come with it. After that shit they did to me, phone them grade 2 niggas got popped. My done did some shit in my past, spanked some shit, I know it come with it. After that shit they did to me, phone them grade 2 niggas got popped. My fucking horn, don't bend this bitch, we armed and dangerous. Why these niggas keep playing with me like I ain't too dangerous? All that shit y'all bapping about, I did for real, call real hat. And ever this before we spank them, ain't just one block, got the belt. Ever this before we spank them, ain't just one block, got the belt.
Glockboy Bobo is one of the fastest rising stars coming out of Chicago. Let me know down below if you think that he's just capping in his raps, or is he revealing a little too much?
When I first started rapping, but I don't do that shit. I'm like, you have to know what you know to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
If I say some shit.
So you say you don't do diss songs though?
Nah, I don't diss people in my music.
Is there a reason why you don't?
Ain't no reason, I just...
Alright, that was another banger from Blender Bars. Let me know down below what you think about the video, and subscribe for more updates from the war in Chicago and other cities across America as we discuss the drill scene in various cities.